Our voices matter. The mayor told us that the survey we completed for the Independent Monitor made a difference in who they chose. Now is the time to make a difference again. We want Ed Harness reappointed as the Inspector General. Please use your voice. Complete this petition. Call on Thursday as a day to let the mayor and the Metro Council know that we want Ed Harness reappointed to the office of Inspector General. Thank you.
Healthy Business Connect Us empowers families to thrive through holistic well-being, early child development, and accessible health care.
We are committed to fostering connections, knowledge sharing, and support networks that enhance the physical, mental, and emotional health of children, parents, and caregivers.
By building bridges between healthcare providers, social services organizations, educators, and families,
we aspire to create a world where every child experiences a healthy and nurturing start.
Setting the foundation for a brighter future.
First, introduce yourself. Say Jacob and say the name of the team. Say the name of the team, and then you read.
My name.
All right.
My name's Jay.
Speak close to the microphone. Okay, we're ready.
My name's Jaco, and this is the 10th Street Cardinals. May you please welcome Mayor Greenberg.
Thank you, Jaco. Thank you. Well, thank you so much, Jaco. It's great to have the 10th Street Cardinals with us here today for this really exciting celebration of a day that we have at the new Walnut St Park. I'm thrilled to be standing here. We are standing together with the 10th Street Cardinals on a much colder day when we broke ground not too long ago on this park. And today, we are here to open the newest park in our city, the newest park in the Russell neighborhood. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the new Walnut St Park. This is a nearly $4 million investment in this community and an investment in West Louisville. The new Walnut St Park is a state-of-the-art destination because of its unique design and multi-use spaces. Residents and visitors will now have a very safe, an incredibly welcoming place to play tennis, to play pickleball, to go for a walk, to bring their children to this awesome playground behind us and the spray ground, and that is just the beginning. There is truly something for everyone at the new Walnut St Park. This park was closed in 2018, and it wouldn't be here today if it were not for the gracious donation of this property by the Louisville Metro Housing Authority to the Louisville Parks and Recreation Department. So to LMHA, thank you very much for this donation. Thank you for being a great partner. I also want to give, I also want to give a giant thanks to the Cincinnati Bengals and the NFL Grassroots Program, who contributed $250,000 for the turf field right here in front of us that are going to be used by local sports teams like the 10th Street Cardinals that are here with us today. You all like the new field? Yeah. It's pretty awesome. So go Cards, and I know Rachel and I cannot wait to come watch you guys play. You're talking to national champions here, friends. These guys won the national championship in their division last year. And with this new field and enhanced practice facilities, we know the future is bright for you all in this league and many leagues to come. There was also some federal funds that were used, thanks to funding from the American Rescue Plan that helped make this project a reality. And I want to give a big thanks to Logan Gaddy and all of his colleagues at LISC Louisville, who provided critical development support, along with so many other Russell neighborhoods, who used their passion, their knowledge of this area, of this neighborhood, to give input into the design of this amazing park that now generations of Russell families are now going to be able to enjoy. This was a true community effort. You're going to hear from a Russell resident here in a moment about what this park means, and we really appreciate all of the Russell neighbors that contributed their ideas on what should be in the park. They also named this park to helping make this a reality. I'm a huge supporter of our parks, and as mayor since my first day, I've looked for ways to invest city funds to help make this park a reality, to make other park improvements a reality, to make other new parks a reality. During my time as mayor, we've built, renovated, and opened more parks across every corner of Louisville than at any time in our city's history. In the first 6 months of this year alone, we've completed $30 million worth of park projects that were underfunded and had deferred maintenance for far too long. And friends, we are just beginning. So I invite everyone across the city to come enjoy this park. Take good care of this park along with our other parks. This park belongs to the people of Russell. It belongs to the people of Louisville, and we need to preserve it in this wonderful shape that it's in here today. So today marks the beginning of new memories and experiences for all of the great kids that are part of the 10th Street Cardinals, new memories and experiences for everyone who uses this park. And we will continue to use this as an inspiration to make more investments in our park so that every one of our 120 plus parks across Louisville are of this high quality so that every neighborhood can enjoy a safer neighborhood and more active parks, a quality neighborhood. And together, we will continue to build a safer, stronger, and healthier Louisville for every Louisvillian in every corner of our city. So now please join me in welcoming someone who knows Russell incredibly well, someone who knows this like the back of her hand and is excited to be with us here today. Miss Missy Wilson. We are so thrilled, Miss Wilson, that you've joined us today. And if you'll please come, share a few words about what this park means. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. The question that was asked to me is why is this park so special and important to me? And my answer to the question is the Beaches Parish community deserved a new change. The families have gotten bigger and they needed a new and bigger space. The new housing needed this new court. Beautiful people should have beautiful things, such as these babies right here. They needed somewhere to play ball at. We didn't have a court over there or anything over on Queen Street no more. So thanks to everyone who donated and for these babies to have a home out for the team. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ms. Wilson. And next, I'd like to introduce a great partner on this park and so many other parks whose team is doing a wonderful job enhancing the quality of our parks across the city, that's adding new amenities, that's mowing the lawn, that's keeping the bathrooms open, clean, and safe when we want them to be. Please join me in welcoming the Executive Director of Louisville Parks and Recreation, Michelle King.
Thanks, everybody. You know, at Louisville Parks and Recreation, our purpose is really simple but incredibly powerful: to make sure that every neighborhood has access to safe, vibrant, and welcoming public spaces. Places where people can come together and play, to relax, and to really just thrive. So we are really proud to be here today to officially open the new Walnut Street Park, a space that we really hope will become essential in the Russell neighborhood. Because parks like this, they're more than just places to play, they're places to connect. They're spaces that bring neighbors together, they support healthy lifestyles, and they offer a sense of belonging. And they're where childhood memories are made and friendships are formed, and they offer a chance for communities to grow stronger together. It's not every day that we get a chance to take a piece of land and just completely reimagine it from the ground up. So we'd like to say thanks to the incredible collaboration of so many people here today, those who funded, those who designed, those who built, and those who gave us so freely of their time and input, those like the Beecher Terrace Recreational Amenities Leadership Group. They, because of their effort and time, we were able to really thoughtfully and intentionally create a space that reflects the needs and the hopes of this community. Mayor Greenberg gave a shout out to some amazing partners that made this project happen, and I'd like to add one more: the Ohio Capital Impact Corporation, whose generous donation helped us build this fully accessible playground here, so children of all abilities will be able to join in the fun for the years to come. And so, to everyone that played a role in making this park a reality, thank you. Your dedication made this vision come to life. So, neighbors and friends, this is your park. Please use it, enjoy it, and help us keep it strong for future generations. And just a few blocks away in that direction, we'll soon be celebrating the grand opening of the Baxter Community Center, another wonderful partnership with the Louisville Metro Housing Authority that we are so grateful for. It's going to be really something special to see when both New Walnut Street Park and the Baxter Community Center are filled with energy and laughter and learning and activity in the years ahead. Together, these represent a meaningful investment in the future of Russell and a reminder of what we can accomplish when we work together. Thank you to all of our partners here today, and thank you to the Russell community.
Thank you so much, Michelle. So normally we have ribbon cuttings at something like this. But Max, my friend Max from the 10th Street Cardinals, we're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of cutting a ribbon, it's my understanding that the 10th Street Cardinals have a tradition before their game. When they huddle up, somebody yells, "Who's better than us?" And they all scream, "Nobody!" So I think that's very apropos for this park, because there is no better park in this city right now than the new Walnut Street Park. We are going to keep it as the best park in Louisville. We are going to keep building parks like this. We're going to keep our parks thriving. And so let's give a quick huddle up, guys. Max is going to lead us, and you guys know what the response is. Let's go right here. Quick huddle, guys. All right. Y'all huddle right? You got to yell really loud.
Who's better than you? Nobody! Nobody! 1, 2, 3. 10 Street!
So I really hope the entire community enjoys the new Walnut Street Park, and I wish you all on the 10th Street Cardinal nothing but lots and lots of victory for years to come. Go Card. See you guys. Congrats. You guys want to stand over there for a second? We're almost done. All right, we've got one other topic I'd like to discuss and then to open it up for questions from members of the media. And I also want to give a shout out to the mayor of Russell, Miss Jackie Floyd, who's here with us today to celebrate this great event, whose input and advice on this park and so many other things has shaped where we're headed with Russell. Jackie, thank you for all of your love for this community and our city. Thank you very much. So right now, we are just hours away from a potential federal government shutdown. And I know that many in our community are feeling anxious about what this could mean for their jobs, for their health care, and for their families. Let me be clear. A shutdown doesn't just disrupt things in Washington, D.C. A shutdown also hurts Louisville and Louisville families. Thousands of federal workers who live in Louisville may go without pay. And if President Trump follows through on what his allies have said, there will be permanent mass layoffs. If the shutdown drags on, essential services administered by Louisville Metro government, such as food assistance, housing programs, small business support, and transportation projects could be delayed, scaled back, or even halted. And on top of all that, the risk to health care is most troubling. Without action from Congress, health care for nearly 100,000 Kentuckians is in jeopardy, with thousands potentially losing coverage altogether. At a time when the cost of living is already sky high, and when healthcare costs seem to be increasing by the day, we can't play politics with people's lives and livelihoods. Here in Kentucky, we know that thousands of families rely on essential coverage to afford prescriptions, doctor visits, and preventive care. I hope we all can agree that no one should be forced to choose between paying the rent or staying healthy. This is a manufactured crisis that puts working families, children, and seniors in harm's way. I was not mayor during the previous Trump shutdown, but I can tell you today, throughout Louisville Metro government, my administration is preparing to mitigate the impacts of this potential shutdown. The city of Louisville alone, however, cannot fill the gaps left by the federal government's failure to preserve health care coverage and economic stability during these times. That's why I've reached out to our congressional delegation, urging them to put people over politics. It's time to extend healthcare tax credits, to fund essential services, and reach a deal that keeps the government open. No matter what happens in Washington, D.C., I will continue to stand with our people here in Louisville. We will navigate this crisis together and do everything in our power to make sure that no Louisvillian is left behind. Thank you all very much, and I'm happy to take any questions from members of the media.
This is regarding Ed Harness. Your office yesterday told us that no decision has been made about reappointing him. The follow-up question is, what's the verdict?
So the question was about the Inspector General, Ed Harness, whose term is coming up in November, and what is the status of that? I've been focused on getting the independent monitor in place as part of our community commitment, Louisville's consent decree, getting the Community Safety Commission appointed and up and running, which we've now done. And as you know, last week, we announced the appointment of an independent monitor. We will now turn our attention to the Inspector General, and I look forward to having a meeting in the very near future with the Inspector General, Ed Harness, to talk about the future, and we'll then be prepared to comment on it at that time.
Is there anything about Harness's work that has given you pause in reappointing him?
Yeah, I'll have a lot of conversations with Inspector General Harness about this. And just to clarify for everyone, the Office of Inspector General is a very important position in our community. It is there to respond to civilian complaints that are made against LMPD. It is different from the independent monitor's role that is designed to oversee the systemic reforms and improvement that LMPD and Louisville Metro government are undertaking as part of our community commitment.
One more question.
Yes.
What do you say to the Civilian Review and Accountability Board and the NAACP, both who support Harness, have been asking you for an affirmative response?
I appreciate all of the input I have gotten from those organizations, from the individuals on the Civilian Review and Accountability Board, and others around the community that have made their opinion known. One of my important jobs as mayor is to listen. And I've been listening even while we've been focused on getting the Community Safety Commission up, getting the independent monitor appointed. I appreciate that. And after conversations with Inspector General Harness, I'll be making a decision, and we'll be happy to talk more about that at that time. Go ahead.
I've been told from somebody in the main library in downtown their last day of October 26th, and advocates have said that too. The communications director says that there should be an announcement made soon, that there's still some things going on and he couldn't confirm to me. Can you confirm what's happening with that location?
So there was a question about the future plans regarding construction of the main library here downtown. At this time, no plans have been finalized. We are currently considering all options to make sure that the renovations, which we all want to get underway, which are really going to be incredibly exciting for the future of the main library, just like the reopening of Parkland Library, the reopening of Portland Library that's almost done, the construction of Fern Creek Library. This is the other large project that we're working on in the library system right now. We want to make sure that it's done in the safest possible way. And so we're considering several options right now. We will be making a final decision very soon. Well, let me be clear that if we do have to temporarily close the main library for this construction work, we will ensure that there are plenty of services available for all library users. People who use it for respite, people who use the library for computer services, who use it to print out paper, who use it for job searches, and the like. We will make sure that there are many services available for all users of the library if we do have to temporarily shut the main library. And when we do have finalized plans, we will be sure to announce those as soon as possible to the entire community.
What's your message to the people who are there and to the people who that's their safe haven who are so nervous right now?
So the question about what is my message? My message is that we are improving the main library is critically important. It's the heartbeat of our library system. It's incredibly old and outdated at this time. That's long overdue and needed repair. We have the funding available to make it happen, but we have to make sure it's done in the safest way. We understand people rely on the library every day. And so before any decision is made, we want to make sure that if there is a temporary closure of the library, that people who use the library today will have access to services in a location tomorrow if it is closed. And so I hear them loud and clear, and we will make sure that's addressed.
On the civilian review and accountability, when are you planning to meet and consult with the civilian review and accountability board, which is, I believe, required by the ordinance?
Are you referring back to the Inspector General issue? So the question was about meeting with the Civilian Review and Accountability Board. They have already sent me a letter and made their position very clear about their desire on this matter. And so I believe that that has happened as a result of their communication to me already.
And can you talk a little bit about the ordinance in Metro Council related to park rangers? I take it that your administration is supportive of those changes?
Yeah, so the question was about an ordinance that's currently pending in front of Metro Council right now related to park rangers. We created the new park ranger department as part of the Louisville Metro Parks and Recreation Department. And for some state law reasons, we were having a challenge recruiting folks for the positions due to a quirk in state law regarding retirement and other benefits. And so this is an ordinance to allow us to comply with those state laws so that the individuals who are part of the park ranger program can have access to those same state programs as other law enforcement officers.
Do you think it'll help with recruiting at all?
Yeah, the whole intention here is to help with recruiting so that we can recruit the best and the brightest for our Louisville Park Ranger program, just as we want to for all areas of Louisville Metro government.
And just one quick follow-up. There's been some folks on the Democratic caucus side who have raised some concerns about having sworn officers. People might not want to come into public parks. What do you think of that?
So I think it's very important that parks be an incredibly safe place for everyone, for all these kids that are enjoying it today, for families, weekends, nights. And so we are doing everything we can to increase park safety. That's part why we've created the Park Ranger program. They're also going to have training to help people enjoy the parks more, to help provide information about the parks. We've also taken lots of other actions when it comes to safety in parks. We've added and fixed lights all across our park system. We're adding free Wi-Fi. By the end of this year, every park will have free Wi-Fi across the entire city. We've added cameras. Police are doing more patrols through parks as well that have had challenges in the past. So park safety is incredibly important. We want everybody to feel comfortable in our parks, to attract even more park people into our amazing park system. Dara?
Will the park rangers be in vehicles, like will they be on bikes or ATVs or horseback? What's the plan for that?
So the question was about what vehicles will park rangers be in. Right now, we have one, their executive director, we have one park ranger. His vehicle is right parked over here to the side. I saw it. It's a well-designed, that's clearly a park ranger car, very different from an LMPD car. And we hope to grow that they'll have all of those modes of transportation. The park rangers will be walking in parks. They'll be biking in some of the larger parks. Park rangers are designed to interact with the community. To help prevent crime from happening in the first place and make sure it's a safe place for everybody who wants to enjoy our parks. Yes.
If government shutdown does happen, what happens to Louisville Parks, and what are your next steps as the mayor and their administration?
Yeah. So the question was, if the government shutdown happens, what happens to Louisville Parks? Louisville Parks and Recreation are funded by local dollars. So our parks all remain open. The impact is on existing federal workers, and there are lots of other federal programs that people throughout Louisville rely on. People who live in LMHA housing units, seniors who rely on federal support to get their meals delivered to them on a weekly basis. And the list goes on and on and on. That is our area of concern for the people who rely on essential government services whose lives might be at risk if the government shuts down tonight.
What are you doing now to combat this?
So what we're doing right now to combat this is I've asked everyone on my senior leadership team and the directors to look at the impacts that a federal government shutdown will have, so we can start planning for what actions we can take locally if it does occur. Again, I hope it doesn't occur. I hope there is a solution. We know that we don't have the same sources or the same resources as the federal government has, but we want to do whatever we can do to mitigate any impacts of what I view as would be an unnecessary government shutdown. Yeah.
Library, what's the anticipated shutdown time for that main library branch? What can be done in cases at all?
Yeah, the question was again about the library. If we make a final decision that the library does need to be temporarily closed, we'll provide all of that information on how long it is for, what other options are opening up, and all of that information at the time. We're still working on finalizing a decision to ensure we can do it in the safest possible way. Any other questions? All right. Enjoy the park. Have a wonderful day.
Through every note, every performance, the arts connect us. The arts connect us through joy and through awe, bridging cultures and generations. From intimate theaters to the grandest stages, the arts bring us together, reminding us that we're never truly alone. When we experience the arts, we experience each other. Kentucky Performing Arts. The arts connect us.
Hey y'all, I'm Attica Scott, former Kentucky State Representative, and you're joining me today on State Watch Night.
We will continue to provide updates as we have more information.
And you're joining me today on State Watch Night.